the politics were down to but we're not going down there. I could not get to us. Now, we have conference cases, I know not going down. Because I'm to our chance and I'm saying, or by the man of Musa, the Anwakam, a transfer, so any. Don't cost me now, or Dutch bank, the more man, a conference. And or Dasebre, the video conference in 2003. Saturday, I'm buying the Ghana call Hippic. Ya pentama Ghana free, sa Hippic, now let me ask money to the research assistant for the governor of the central bank, by Governor Dr. Paula, and Pastor Ghana free Hippic in record time. And go for a can say, they are called IMF 70. So we say, could for Hippic no Bana Hippic no Ghana was insolvent, will be a way of saying. And into the forecast, Yan Kanukre, Yan Shisha is a Casemi, Ghana, will be more of the same class. It could fall the Ukraine within a short time. That Shisha is Ghana free. The free a can at that Ghana so. And I'm share cancellation of debts. In the first instance, in Crab $2 billion, so not million, billion. Bank of Ghana, Dr. Polakwa, the government. Nkoda research na Bawumianka. Mkano by 2003-4 year and in the free Ghana and my ancestry Ghana by 2006 na Ghana a middle income or cutting and until 4 years later in France by 2006 deputy governor vacancy abaho that governor no be council and now me amfa no deputy governor nipa me council amfa ma no money didn't see no so abene bank and more yet mama another bank is information. The information you look at money I be and 2 days now about until the same family comes in and the governor bank for chief executive and chief governor Polakwa Sabi who say we pay more cash and can no na say so when you make position in chairman and then pay for bank in what do you buy you should do hey akoda bi no kan no bubble yet. Oh, sorry. Why is it my friend? It's a farmer. It's a deputy governor.
Oh, just like that.
Obeyance, Juma. Mobeka city, the young with $90 with the city back to $12 this is a crowd with you. Not for catching 2 years later, 2008, the National Service former president, Kufadu Abai candidate. Party Akushi Akufadu Aliza Hotel. One having the power like a Bawumianka. Bawumianka sat and now on Shepherd on the bank note. Kufadu to Kochins Akoda no buyer. Almost so the Shekufadu. When we said 2008 in Amiafa. Bawumianka Yajmamba, African development bank.
Yes.
When we do look at Zimbabwe country rep, Wayajmaho. 2012, Nana San Fred, Bawumianka on Nenibako. Certain African Development Bank, but you know what is Zimbabwe. That's why Mr. Kaberuka, I'm so free one day say, a home baby, Tanzania. I know because I say, well, I will say there's a party for the Bayan running it. Miss Rob, to Akodan, Montreal Bank, Moana, Bayabia. When you said, that which man was over here, and it was a bagger. And the bear would be in the Kukoso court in some way, and eventually obey Vice President of Ghana. About Vice President of Ghana, and a few candidates in Nusa Kotonuso. But yeah, no, no, about me about me, fiance, or Kokasa, or UPS, no personal. But I'm a banner, I'm a banner. The corner means I'm a Kokasa. We do what we power, Kakakani Pama. Oh, now, why I'm seeing, or the Mekabano. Oh, it's a problem of Bakasa, not so Mamma, and Bakasa. One was so Bakasa, and met say. I'm Casabia, say, I'm Posada, National Kufado, same sort of way. This is a Kufado, but here, in the party, Penny. It's a right Bacasa, in the Panama, be pure, to make a baby. We do the only seem to say, I could have received one. Listen, on your campaign, I do not believe a baby in terms of a person of destiny. One of the moments, because some of the crossroads in Quantanamo. Ghana baby one nyamba money ye nyamba nipa ne sabi gudi asase ma de na de nyina we no ya nyamba manager ya no bia ya hyɛ sɛ ɔbɛtumi akeka sɛ ayiwa wanka ne antene ɛno nti na nka sɛ saa akɔdaa no mesrɛ Ghana man no nyɛ nie mɔnyɛ ntwene yɛde adeɛ no gya no kakra ma hunu no bɛtumi wani so adeɛ hunu ɛna ɔhu ntitiɛ no so so no ade meka sɛ ɛni nkɔndɛm wɔ bi a waka but nyame adanse a medie no nyama hunu.
The best radio station. Untumi Radio 95.9. The best radio station. Untumi Radio 95.9.
What I'm doing now is no different at all from what I was saying. But what is actually more curious, and it's a council for petitions. We are NDC lawyers. Very, very serious matter. So, Wafa, Tafiskata,
95.9 FM for Yamunina, Yamama Kwaba, Ebagan and T. Jimmy, and also Pidam Punyankopon, Eddie M. Quanche. And you know, you're coaching Yababishi, I sent a coffee, and so, or money, Yaba. Yaba, see about drinking of my Ghana, huh? And Yama air coso and summer air coso, and in there, about 4 other come home, Yababi did you mean? The Sanka God la Sarbidiaco and a telegram on and show you, and so be bidding a copy baby. Into enemy deboard pakakra. Aha, Monfa and Chemi. Na, Jumadia, Mr. Baby, I will be on YouTube. Na, any in I Mumunko, because you say a pong. I would have the echoes to be our studio. Ha, na more radio than some Martin radio, so. Na, some wet TV. And you may, and honorable Mordecai Quashi, a former MC, Ewo, Lejo Kuku. You see, you know, your former and them had a former phone. Koka ewa ha or your MPP communication team member Edu Sensu Sarah. Udini your friend say Makela good. Adumako Boatin Frema Ufi.
If you be free,
free money to me free no. Okay. Oh yeah, deputy women organizer. Oh, I was West Ogun. Okay, you didn't know me. Really? I want come mom ko boba me. Oh, don't say it here. I have grumility and Uncle saying can be. Okay, until I was for your share, you be drinking on mine no. Chief Justice Tokonu. I check that as Constitution is say mo di Chief Justice asemo a ye ni nkokuam na me de me pese ma asem no mfa metena bonten ene nka transport stadium kra ye nkotena ho na Ghana nyi bi opeso ba ho bia o metena ho bi no metie bi e say onu na team no hu say Constitution no e ka se ma ye nka se no abonten se de be ye ne be wie no e bia na asem no nye ne kra na egu nipa no hu fie awie but o say asem no ankasa no same dem film aka na bonten awie enti kokoma asem bi ehu hia ye behwe no na yaka wasi judges bi so ha nka obenya anse so mo transem no so if you say who say o mo transem no so a e bia na tantini anya adwuma ti eno nso so e wo ho ye behwe eno na yaka ho asem kakra afei Ghana ye sidi no amana muso na NDC for say eye gold board adwuma o maye e be hwe say sidi no eye Dr. Baumia policy o de baaye gold purchase program no e na abo ama sidi na nya ba bia gina ana gold board o mti no march na nsa na no mo integrity wo mo board no e no metuna ya adwuma ama sidi na gina eno so ye be hwe ho asem aka kwabra du bo ahensensem so wo ho no mo na lecture bi akasa se an se yadunu kojina court ni di na asem no kan Ghana security nyina akora Ghana ensai nti emfa no kojina court na de obi a obeka wonka na yadunu betuma yemfa no ntum ensem no bebre ni nyina so behwe ene ensema horo bi a yede bebra be frefra na anwumre enti yatena se ene bedwafo no ena etena se ne de se de higher park ni nti memre me de ma wana mtimbe bi na mhwe na yeko onabo ye sha se free so yemfa Chief Justice de no sha se.
Good evening. Mami fa akonye so nchia otifo ni wa chef onina.
Right.
Chief Justice asemi no nka mi ma esenka mi nka bi. Esan say asem no enya asempa. Ohun sese ya oh so chief justice am prepare say anya court case now na so opini kosa India and one no actually say only chance bi ampanto me ntie bi o na dachi BBC ani hu dentie si chief justice odina hoyi say attempt to no e wodjume ma ni disciplinary process no enya kra na me kai say ache bi time prophet Amos apenso aye constitutional review e bi no me kai say Professor Makokwe at that time the lecture bi and no can say chief justice Agyei no obi antwe na adwene nkomba chief justice removing her very easy removing that time na hair or whatever remove it very easy constitution mun tianka yantwe adwene nkokokoso kokoso pese arms of government no state arms of state mensa no so mtimi independent yentimi ma ne so easy to move to she obi tro by the president just goes to the council of state omunya council prima facie so no president then employs 5 people of his choice mama koko share them with you the CJ obi anti the course so ultimate defend who went to defend who the evidence by the course the obedient omuba no abeka share president say you are guilty and I say it's almost for sure so of course I there now that's the end of it now yenti say and this book can be act to her see a person my end say head of state biaba on for no ani CJ mra media munya na because just say time cry clear say a president or shebo on any chairman or ma shebo so on mobile abema they will make this change clear the direct recordings are there nte plan on ma fa amobeye and on ma train say ememra no total dim am with my film e dey head your person we no chief justice ni court case nya me bom paye me dem paye but tan ne chichi dey ba yen and before there mo de chief justice na friend me yen paye ho emra ne ka sa dia mo yen enye ade enye na enye the fact say MPP for there ho akoshe no interest say ma me no excuse me say MPP ni ba dia e koso na enye intimidate dem metima kan no say CJ ade ne nyina fan tu ye ho fo say yan fa yan no ntumu bi ami enjai enimgugu asese mo ya kokosu dia yenti asese someday no the ye fun kra teacher say na ebeba manuisi
okay ana go ye bedo ase free my own aha ye mamrem bona yoba awshim yes yanko
that's it medical echia ayawa so west for mempenimfo a omoda no ene ye executive singina me mo ajo medie kakra meka ede aka MC de no ho ene se sesia no MPP as a party omama yesua bibi President John Dramani Mahama oboye koko emre bi etwemu oboye koko se we ebesi enti no simply put no he is doing the wrong thing using the law to defend himself basically just enwana oye na as a political party na ye wo ho no de me meka e de ato aso ane say sesia no yaba opposition yesua enioma bebre and moving forward me wo gidie say loopholes bi a ye gigya to mu a ye yi ni no e wo say ma ye ni ko ho kakra na because udwen ho a on what grounds on what basis pa na mami utu no efiade so bone ben pa na waye ye pese wahu enti mami no onya give in na okotena sankofo we ye ma said the MC kano they will just get her out using the law no once you can there is no right or wrong emrane da ho as long as ubetumi defend using the law no you are right. Entino, as it stands now, is really them against us. Entino, chese, yen fanya disuya as a political party. Na said ya MC kind no so mo pese aban bia foforo ba ye be ye CJ dia and the almost be a quite natural. Yes, so you're bedding, you're be follow, Manuesi.
Yeah, that was it. As a Michiam original chairman Bernard Entribosia Kuchama to me. Na the platforms kesi so and Ayenya and Nia Yanigana focus. You see, before say a betuaba, the ana me pay chiching komono. Even in 2020, and I will be and saying, I buy a man or so. Big Ghana Sika Sabia Shan and say, friends, I'm in fee. In few money be on me crying, but me that so. Now, your man or so, young man or so, no, that's our Brocasama party. Now, Pesa party to pass a comment be Sabre no police, military, any all other service personnel, and what tea or more one and say. In fact, and you may be on my one for Sanko Fu. So my penny John Dramani Mahama an opportunity to nabe wakasi and be my uncle phone in Edumesi. Ye omotu abana yen omo me edim kudim no. And omo launch attacks no the bar CJ any electoral commissioner. So say sanko phone we so say ye to abawi a omo so no ye be you won afri omo kwado man ka say si ye be you won afri ho. E say decision a ya take you on chance ye be we afri ho. Me pesa me maame nom ne me papa no mo fie ti asese. O man chechireye senke ba akofo asema ka parliament ni ho enka de obeba no na ye de parliament na che no enunti na ne ye ndoso de na so say that's what parliament hwe se pepepe yo be ye adwuma ho but the ekoso ne say NDC mayati asese say no o man chechireye no nti say biem o man chechireye no te say me na me wi ni ye nti winner takes all ma game pe na ye de be ye adwuma na so vetting committee so mpo no minority or hobby. Mami I can once me. I end this in people in an atena CG 2 man be CJ. Now so ene. You see me ensem nibo out here ahomete. Abra asami je fi kotena mo sister station na all tire the NTSA and o say o de ni kunu. Ni onu ni kunu. Ene ne ba etu kwan. Na no o che dollar e ka so si form. Na ne ni nyina ha. Obi de ni kunu ne ba to quanti on TV da
wa mo dollars
nanso yete ha man panyini bi ma ni nwa twi no ko ho ni nwa drive no ko ho yese ho no de enya hwe ono na e man panyi de open wo ye etu hwe nsem no aye ka ni nyina na ready petition na utimu se enya substantial asem papa bia nse da ni nsem aye de to ma me no so but baby aye dro no ono so ye panyi obekọ de onim se ye den ya mo beyi no nanso esese oma otwasa bi to mo bi o Ghana nyina ehunu se me ye eda ho because the dey unya ye Facebook live radio live eda ho forever until that should be se bi si am hunu se iti bi dem fo aso se onkoso a insist oni former attorney general omo pusia na yenye ade no on screens on TV ono na asema to no ono na wadi bone a Ghana for punish no say me bone ye mu oduru na so mo Ghana for nyina hu me bone ni enfa ntu ya hofo say obi anya biem a wo de ye enfa ne sa say me na madi bone me ye di makodi bone mo se mo pam me mu yi ma free so mo fa camera ntum so obi a hu say me justice to ko no madi bone nti mo pam me wo se da bi o bone ni e de be sha kuku amu aka there be say yes sir because yes sir ye nya adisuade bi say ni o ma ba wiase ne de ye twa bibi hu de koka asem kai say election petition 2012 edu 2020 bi sa ba biem no na ye references na ye compare ni o ma sa enti e bia na esi enti say ye ma me no say o percent me nya lawyer article 1 sub clause section 2 verse 4 me nim dem sua ye kaka metumi dey defend me party but baby e wadri minji ni so ye obi a otesoro ho no ma ono so se wasua mra ne bebere chema me no ko me CJ she is equally learned to say justices no more ho no apepepe and we say yes baby ye duro de mensam no mu aye dododo intimo de mo ma kwanya na Ghana fo nyina anya opportunity even if they are not contributing omunya opportunity no omun hwebi no omun tie de course o de enfa evidences ni nyina ngo ade necessary say mo ye den na obi na akobo na dwama na o say dwama na me bo munyima Ghana fo nyina ahwe aka we de ye den necessary ye den enti me say yes mampanyini we di asem no nipa no omunya no na omoche no ono ade no ho abasa o man nyina ho na paso so man nyina ho na paso ayenso e dia no otuma se in fact your position as a political party MPP there
enye se bia maame no kwa maame no ne yetua ne ka emegu party account mu na enkogu obi account mu na emum ye pese ye ma atentene ne ense na ho bi ye adwuma because ye bebo Oma we de etumi mada say ndis nko abetumi atena oma we even after 2020 mi hu omo 2029 ho baby de omo ye enti se de be ya ye tu anamo bi na yenso ye peye CJ ene na be ye adwuma en se dan ko ye kasaba saba senti ena ye back se mo de mo ma ne mra na obi ahwe na dachi bi ye nya bi de example Dasebre
Adi Koka
minia mechia chema untumi na machia hawakumsi na machia party faithfuls ni ase eye juma mre na aso odo party asene TV a gina na nchen yes me feel say a leadership crisis but yenyina yie ne yemfa kro ye eni ye patch nji nkuni die belde but see opposition na still obadwinu ubutum any the other go fie dia na me mean say party no okaye ho nti eno no political parties yes say any form organ na enye din just on ti ideologies na se bomodina we enye by force bomodina na tun na jai omo party no mye adwuma because me hu say leadership crisis a business for the pocket not for the party saadie no ye no mu bi empreso enkoso na efriness you kono ye didin be keka ho ene de enkofo ye because party ni pa say be say de wo be ko na party na gina me ma feel say CJ asemi say Mahama na mofo say dead goal syndrome father of incompetence obi oso wasua de ba sene ani sumati ya no ne de ani ase ye ha ye hu obi otumi tu free chrome ha ja chrome ko ba bia obi a eda wo tu kra na light of warp airport when nyanse hu so obeyi minister of energy so ye oho aba minister of energy obo mana mano hu so obeyi nu na ono si obeyi chief just dey na mofo say mo kan be sesa na adwene ba me pese me ma Ghana for tiase say yen kai time a wo school ba ye kai time a wo enu ne hia justice is now omeyi omenim omuzo omu yese no retirement ne de mo omu nko bio omu ntena ho sani omu di obi ani no nkani baka say be ho she wo hie pa no be eho she wo hie pa no munya omu no de omu beye what you see say osi on pay for extension say osi den was stabilize city no nyina de ba ekro a ade ba ko Ghana e de ni say city to me come na normal prices e cost enu pe na me ali say na do din ada gafla de eko yi ba nyame so on pe bone omo di papa nani no omo na ehia kenus ana ka eso omo tinam e wo ba bi aflad ne bai biase bibia obeton no benya otofo bibia ode wa no be kan e nti so oyi chief justice me I have come to realize that there are a lot of people in the Supreme Court who are not intelligent, who are very, very dumb in their process in how they are dealing. But when we say all the time, edu obi anima, unfenyanza nye de oye no. Uye bibia bachi. Ka enne obi ka kire say obi di ni birthday. E pa cho Supreme Court ehine wo. Enti restaurant ebu bebre wo su Kempinski ni sa no mani nyina wanhu baby a mukodi diye ni na me ma challenge omo say yem ko NCA ni check call downs any messaging
tomato
te o eno make say na say bi no ya hu dada how the communication went na obi abeka na president
osore a wo se wo de wo ye peaceful na wo di na na do atem say o ata na wo asoma bi na say yenkofa whistle blower no na enu na ya be ya busa me wo say wo beti opportunists e wo kroma ka say we were in an era of silence. Why now MPP aban ka say mo nkasa omo go to car tracks cry ni enim so mo here adwuma president office cry they were free doing what they were doing, but now so your cromfo now to me more cro no am begina ka say we were in an era of what what era would they describe this? That's impunity,
era of macho.
That's it. And I am happy the way omo ntemrase omo say so mako law school and then Edoji, that guy who when he's speaking English, whether you don't know his pidgin or his tree, can sit and come and say that she video also work on law school, she video who were posting.
They say law school names I have for.
Oh yeah, I told the end pay. You get me? Until you see Chief Justice Ombe ye who in Crawford na envious.
Oh yeah.
Ye nim Crawford na adoye bebre na dia kodu ye nim Crawford ata me ka asa sema ba omu bedi case omu se omu kromfo will tag them into benne omu se amfa Chief Justice amom into abeye West, but the one who is coming to take the seat media maker pass MPP a winning elections near declare results
go free
say o mebru omu MPP say office no e state dia say fie no muti na aban dia
enya so say be kwa akoto no wo ho
na ye ka tro omu nyia say omu wo ho no hey say pin kra no ato a go and look for the receipt because where we are going now
evidence based
when travels you have to justify where you went to where you went and only people are the call in fast where bre man Ghana
as will be to be for the background to call
maybe how your child even managed to get to the law school maybe
for that
maybe I do not know Mr. Munya omu hwe obi say or invent idea and see about plane dia you can the Rice brothers into obi say invention allow him this invention you better advert this invention is brought to you by John Dramani Mahama
you need your home
yes the removal of a CG is brought to you by John Dramani Mahama because you deny him to continuous succession as a president into empowers him. Now me say Nanado 8 years kra wa kofi you Rollins out na so
19 years
and no way
na so no emu no wakaba
no the law create one po you can't Madras daughter yes yanko den yanko research and research your account idea eye fatu yanko now how do you think we remember you? The one who came to destroy the status quo of our constitution munyano anwesi
Yàrá ṣe we eye koka ti ha ye untumi radio 95.9 FM obo ye o Facebook eso Aaron bofo kwa niba ase o heye wo US Aaron ye do ase ni abusafo ni na ye chechia mo e wo ho no afi yamhwe CD appreciation gold board and ne keka ho efima yamfa credit ma hwan CD na say mo ye du kakra no
we dey say de be ma ayo Trump I mean me ti he me ketra was it 2023 na dollar no rise ya to the extent any prices 2022 yes that time no who said truly dollar no akosro affect the prices of goods, such that enyoma unim the. I think so basically 90% of enyoma ye use ye consume Ghana han imported. Na ene dollar mo se akofom. Ekofom no. It hasn't affected anything on the market. Monday, Friday no me call markets. Me call markets in my calculation me kura miska wo mensem. Now was me so 500 Ghana cedis. Answer e dwa me kwa akodi no. Aso eson ya answer me de menyoma ekofie. And so maybe a trade muno dollar ne cost na no Ghanaians were expecting Ghana for so as almost shock me kakra because dollar start to say cost na within 2 days no man started about government attack. But and then no funny enough they are defending it say all stock wo ho enti time na dollar ne rise you know all stock and yoma and a year ton. And in the time na dollar ne rise in 2022 no sa time na Ghana for any old stock wo wana.
Ejodifo.
Ejodifo eya omo ho ya wa kakra o. Omo be kan sam ne de it's nothing new. 2017 ye ran anado dan Kwakufuado oba power. No change Yesu. Enti no ye hu bida. Enti no say almost say ato forcing and the dollar no aba from there ye be hwe said there obe maintain dollar no na be ye 1 to 1 and one na ye hwe enim.
All right.
Until 2028 that enim.
All right.
Share how the years will go by.
Okay, honorable.
Yes. You me that say CD stability. First of all, the CD is not stable. What we are seeing is CD volatility. And one is saying
it
is good. It is strengthening.
Yeah.
But the market issue here is stability. Say bet not far
exactly.
For a long period of time. And
you see your word on say fluctuation. High low currency.
And a credit for the with here. Mr. Nanado ni Dr. And I'll explain to you why. Ghana, Nanka, enya dia ye to gold. Can it deserves 8.7 tons are able to you. Kwame Nkrumah time. In fact, the Obroni di jade no. Any 8.7 and one night now while you are better. Yen they started time at 2022 scanning unrano. And decided say you best start up build it up your reserves. And your man is here, and mass I didn't buy it. First of all, he said the status of gold in the international finances has changed. You will be here, friend, Basel 1, Basel 2, Basel 3, and banking regulations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Basel 3, new a launch Basel 3, no, they reclassified gold as a tier 1 asset. I said, I can't achieve it. They can't call
now we're breaking it down.
And said tier 1 asset. Tier 1 asset actually said gold not being the same as dollars, a cash, and now say US treasuries. Before that, not gold or reserves. You could only half of the value in everything that can weigh. It didn't make sense to actually buy gold because if you bought forex, the whole amount of forex can be added to your reserves. If you buy gold, only half. So no normal
person will do that. Will invest in that.
But when a Basel 3 buy now, it's a gold, man, gold bear the same level. Then it made sense to buy gold because gold, the full value of your gold will not be added because it's now a tier 1 asset. It used to be a tier 3 asset, tier 1 asset until the full value never become. I hope. That is this the stage here will be accept you nana doing equity or doing equity. Now Bamiadi idea by saying no baby you do no. You to gold. In fact, you started to say to gold long ago and cover by now. Baby it's kind of you started to say to from Nkrumah to 2022 near 8.7 tons. From middle of 2022, 2023, 2024, Nanado are buying to 21 tons. In fact, about 23 tons.
23.
Within 2 years. And I did assistant organic Sikimua, not any hole in the past, is gold. Now, the money then said, while we increase gold reserves, no, the world price goes to cost. Yeah, reserve na cost. And reserves never value so asan cost. The my reserves no more be do. And no nema buy a chance to do what is doing now. And then first in telling the assistant minim how in the future a bit mababa gold prices are it's on the way up. Global financial system no dollar because a sanction America sanction will be and just a month for any area free so in terms of bafom and I also a Trump here until there's a process going on the $G countries in there try some be more free them can cry no baby no bit back gold and then I'm gold for every central bank in the world is buying gold now and we go price cost and entry cost from 2 years ago will be about 2,000 something. In fact, it's going to 1,800. Say now 3,000 a cost required. You won't be say cry. Into some new man boy but Google price a cost and yet I buy India. I buy Yamushi. Cocoa price a cost and ya buy. No. $1 so tea and ya buy. Idea Pabum said idea ya assistant economy. A gold idea can you reserve so to that tune. I'm going to cost and a good value so as I cost from it. Internally, fundamentally, idea what has changed. Let me say, I think my cost the person to thank is Nana Danko Akufo-Addo and his vice president Dr. Mahamudu Buhari clearly. And if NDC now we share the MPP and that's all cost we any sir. Ghana is can be now. However, Miss Rosa sir so from by now share send any accumulate. If you draw a graph of your accumulation, rate and year about more than about 0.9. Oh yes, but and also about what happened. Say into the market. Under the IMF program 2024, we couldn't pump monthly more than 80 million into the market. In fact, almost it is about 60. But because it might build a reserves, I'm gonna do 3 months import cover as stipulated by IMF. And MPP in a year. It's a NDC freedom to do the things that they are doing to intervene in the market so heavily. And many of us in this intervention, right intervention. I didn't say the challenge for Ghana will come in 2026 when we start paying. What we should is build our reserves now, waiting for the time when we start paying the money. But I said, the projection promise our they are spending our forex to bring the city down. No, to appreciate the city. Sorry, to appreciate the city, to appreciate the city, or bring the exchange rate down. Whether in the long term, that's the wise thing to do or not. We are all here, we shall see. In my humble opinion, as a management consultant, this is not a wise thing. Stability, so-called stability, it's powerful.
But Ghana, for I think, say over time, no, they've proven to us, say, almost doing that. Nobody thinks about that. Only but I was explaining to an Uber driver about this free SHS policy. No, said men shall not say akwala bi keke na wenye school ako. Like generally as a country, no, your educational level, no, akosro. What I say, akosro as a country, but they don't think about it in that manner. Say a political party or dream say in the next 10-20 years, you know, Ghana should not be where Ghana is. But Ghana for ama sebe oma who say your parents and the bottom and then your children tomorrow will take care of itself.
I have friends who are in Egypt. Ebesuan dear. send expensive any do onya wahano so onya basis ne right ne university penetration system no great because of system no any no we animu say okona smooth take what the system is giving you.
Obakacho, the MCI explaining now. This is sense. Also, the regular is that what we're really living for?
Some hammer no akra say digitization. We hear documentation any shoto. Sana mahama kan.
Then is say abandon to no.
Me and say na ye wo mu bi.
Even
when you read Trump plan okura no, he thinks do baby America is being taken for granted.
Yeah.
So I am divided. They say, why do you think China has gone back to the table to negotiate?
Yes.
Because Osha Akwana Diana or the next 2 years, he will be in control.
Yes. That's why
back. Now, when it gets to the time you want to go to America to do business, on a better on the trade terms.
Exactly.
That's what they do. Dasebre, you see, interesting conversation. Now, honorable baby, no money in so. You see, MPP as a party, I don't know. You're doing a man phone who be pray. That is it.
Yeah, it
was also a real Sianka Sacrano, a batitiomono. Oba when you come to work a crab in our tian, or person shipping or time with a problem.
Yes.
Nothing na say. O said I'm better. Not to damn papa issues pa. Until say me university I made them who year near me music away. This say museum make sense pa. Enti o share the course na right after COVID. O man penini na be the eche who say no, baby o man could do no. Even your decision to go to IMF. Internet thought that ebi mu ye no mo say o mo nko and I feel the o mo ko ye. No. Your decision to go was for a post-COVID plan. So they be able to build the economy ni because you say no. Ye won't see a bit to me I there but a be hard drink akra. Inti yenya dollars be injected to a system ni mu conform so ya snake akra. Nye fa mfie bi and build the economy in the bank. Ghana force that. Adan ye bedi ni na yenya dokoro bu akoduru sei na uhwe se de market system no so tie na ye bold ni no mutum ye sana ye biga the man why he na chira no atum the man why he na chira no atum. I remember September 2023 na Ministry of Roads Ministry of Transport ni GPRT you atena se akase ye nti lorry feti me hwe de besi 15% yes Monday e take off omunti lorry fare so by 15% sa abre no na drivers kase no way. Me kai say me stretch ne so me foka no me ko zo me say me dem MPP ni no me ko e de na mote on na maye e de na mote on na maye Dasebre Ghana ni no mpe ade a wo be hyehyɛ to ho ama no see e na ebo boki na abaso me ba
yeah
e na ebo Rwanda mu nyina abaso ko hwe de omo ye ho o manfo na ayo man so be di pain bi atum o ya udie bi ye ho nkyere kakra na that be ya enjoy ohwe ne o ma na ya di gu akwa mu nyina sa pepepe na netie ohu be chiro for a while but after some time no o man no betumi ade ne ho because enyo bi na pet na ne o ma yetutu ye nyina tutu ye but no na Ghana for say de na woman e ka no Ghana for no nti ase wo sa ne o ma no ho no nye enti NDC nso ahunu say Ghana for tisa asa ade atum say o mo short memory because chairman ankasa akape okay ni kikiri na ade no so entetete mra into usha every day go okose media fi wo every day is talking about city you referee say or purpose or mandate be ese so fulfill every day the gentleman is talking about city nempo yemfa nyoma nyina to chen yemba the layman's view o budget no wie da be your budget, your first waste it take effect April. Ejuma for ketu akra no. And until you delay 3 days.
Contractors say
just 10%. 10% no suni maybe odi free or the free 2012 single spine structure. Intinya increment na ya to hono sa 10% on your calculate free. You calculate free. The last one in 2012 and omudi tum. And no crown who triano data na control asset went me into yanesa. Enei untu ahwe apart from abaya juma e for aboso so onto eka. There is nothing this government is paying. Tina Papa said 2016, 2026. You started proper payments. We will understand economy. Enei ya we. IMF the strength be aba waje. Waje. And I would ye urem and I would ye diop. Enei ya ye ye jaw gold reserve. Na ye car was there be eno de enyenwa. The idea to have make catch your money, the idea to have gold board. Because of that, I don't know. You sat back and now realize it say I'm poor gold. You to me and say that
was a Japan. Gold board the domestic gold purchase program. No master son near the gold.
Gold board.
That is it. And I would do be at one. Now gold board ya ubona baswe. Ne board kwa launch in last week. Inti den pa na oba and why ya yes do nko a
3 billion expenditure.
Any security magrada apart from it. A den pa na samijan fi ayo wa yes do nko. A den pa na to for say Ministry of Finance wa yes nko. Who say omo communicators they cannot even tell ade nko bi akoso. Na em say wo hu ahia ho ye hu ahina edaso ebe check akra ai sana ye politics ni tie I just say free 2026 be June ho kono no because now you see Jedi who dey what do you call them guta time range of the mine or per 60 days because when you say dollars and them no and 191 be beer to me see and doesn't come to me no they can do it but the thing is that so one man who gap beer and what how fast the trends now share market no say the university or to 10 your so say and who bet no and no na ye ka ho ase. The reality is that ube to me a catch obi otono mo oboso kai say fine omo ye union omo de omo sha underguta but garina ye di de bia no utumi ko kan tell ma me araba say dollar ba from 20 so
but guta can even go to papers for
exactly
because adi oben say obeyi ni balance certificate value a otua for the product no a ye calculation actually say that physical year now ye calculation yes I report
dali eti nsem na ye kan ni na ye nkotabu ni nimde bi na da ba nimde no na ye tena se na ye hwe an ya ka chem say eh chale munya abotre because ye man ni mu NDC ye ne ebu man but the way musi come on sem ebe say bua bebo mo amonya kef eh na so say me dey say me ntimi ntro eh unya post ya mu ba bi free do attempt left right center. But the thing is that reality is reality. Amemo no ye bubi na mobebu bi na ye bubi na mobebu. It will be any said the nyoma ni kon say. Afei na ye behwe say. Some say until our first. Next week say betimi aye adwuma ama saa de o twika akọ ama saman no a. O say the man up to 20. We very patient. Afei maame na auto tomatoes ewo kaneshi ho. Ewo akra proper no. Onu nso obeye no de. Say kra no. Oze omo ye omo di congestion no class akofa problem abro omo kese because akoke kan ko fo bi ba no de enye omo a cause omo na to omo ba o ba ni e me pa o no omo na me because is me kwa 442 me kwa me kwa it is 442
omo yi MPP for 2 a no me you omo go for 4
Dasebre winim say ye kan ye sisi so ho de ensa boy akobo pensioner sisi kam na ni now etoda o say abekesi so take a decision because of that chinti yes I know when ni na ma yesika sem ene ya start gina inte na do dan ko akufo ado pass comments bi abra oko koto naba ewo headquarters na wo pie ne ye interview no say onim said the oba no that he was speaking wisdom but ye China dapa the oba no bema economy na because he was still looking at the long-term plans or the go akwa mo that should be a very reflective ama ye nya so mfaso yes you know ye jom health insurance on benefit omo mane yes akaka na anije wo mu amese omo besi afiri akunya so no na wo ko wa ubetu afu pepepe nkofo we dey na afanya omo ye bia akunya jom 2008 then akofo anya wo krom ha say oye bibia e be ma nipa ho ha no bia na so omo si 2016 no na wo tire nipa namu wo krom ha say no yetimi mbodi enso tezi omo bai kokuma se kohwe minim se yase da bondi from one light of one eh ibara someone ya bondi na from light of and so hwe se kokuma se some part of asafo na ne yedum kanea no costos akesi egu no and see what is happening and today ukotie energy minister na obuafu he's even saying his MPP sabotage no for what reason yeah that's why abemo ya sabotage just months to time ayeba be free abemo no and someone na woka and today you are there Matthew Poku Prempa who trouble no keep you lights no on businesses were running
8 good years
and then there wo time on poor business say cost no sabre na odum light and we are get 12 o'clock and confor running on printing press over corner you doom light
but onim Ghana for so mesra almo say open the year enye easy o break
amu hu ni
kwame nkruma time e bi koda jail o
si soja ni ban e pedom so mpe soja ni ban o mo ko hwe de esi Burkina o de omo na e feel kwan sa no soja fo bu omo man eyeye ni na industry na wo si no mo sika kesi bia but o de wa be si dan no akoso
we need to do something to get to where we are going
woman me say Akufo do si factories e bodin hunu bodin enso ene obi si tomato factory ba ko Burkina Ghana for say that
ade awa ye bi nsi
so that is how we are
NDC for the better
dollar there ehun semsem de ye nyina ye tia e pese ye de ani hwe bi afutuo de bi na honorable de amai ye gusu de bi mo se de na ano 2022 e ko form asami de fi 2 year for no e bia na enso ye gusu tu no fo se ye te ha na ye hwe se na ho de ni tumi gina so hallelujah na emom e affect ejom ho GDP no any bibia amra se ni ehunu se yes amamuo na koye no na ya amamuo na nyese watimi aye fragadam bi na afi wo kekasa aba 11.9 11.10 na nkofo no kodwomo
so ni Ghana 4% o muti
enyo man koye ndema no
ko ka ni so so na
yende radio say the miracle workers with their spiritual backing asofo na omutumi nya akomhye ehu de obewini president yehu akomhye a obompa yese dollar and stabilize e reduce the members church going rate yehu asofo a eka say we don't need a Muslim president but they can come and stand. God is still in the miracle business ne babema aware obi a awo ayedin so twabo no when to me anye sa ne miracle no amakola ne nyaba amakola ne oba ne se enne adwuma oni omo the company oni adwuma omo man transfer enko ye wa sofo a they talk economics but when mental health ewo mu fear omo fo they don't see the essence of giving them but they rather cage omo enti yenyai there is a government utumi your friends say 1st July see a mom paye ba ma e bom paye magana otwo ma da pa di o matem enti en mane young nwanwa John Dramani Makase he is the working miracle, the only dead cool syndrome and the very consistent incompetent president ono efutu pa e friend efutu ozi ontie bida ono and also say je she obebu sa wan na so no wa hi wan friend na bedum na za nyam na me so sa nipa we na modi kru na mani ma menyum hwe de ekoso with the city no me ya ni nye enhwiri o but me MPP for ya ni e pre o si o na eye jama no eye 4 years ja o si obeyo mi ni e jama nye o si 4 years janu akola wo hoi oye bibi na okankankanka sade na me fele maame wo ho keke okan one no ayi nani o onye yi nani na the belt ni cane ato ho wo ho abeti se me papa etrem so you will fall in line. Bunyano, also yen economy, and you be a Munamoto Abaman. Eh? Una also any in. Do also any in close your pamono. Now now be tuneful. Do did see a Kunyano cry and was you or pamono. Now your share elections because you'll be in everywhere. Now for so general.
Abu we see James or Rebecca is
and one only plan.
On the target, no, he's temporary. Why waste to the means
to
get to an end. Yeah.
Oh, share your history, there is nowhere goodwill is for NDC. So they need to carve a niche in destructive governance.
Yeah.
More. Next, you bar. Your economic student, but dear me full say MPP about next time. Teaching economics at all levels. And my issues with because the basic man, the free SHS, the basic person can interpret economics and the bread and butter issues. Because on TRCR, we know how can betting as you, and that is where we are. Don't get it. Sir, demand and supply. They don't understand it.
Oh yes.
Young man economics should become to say English and maths.
Yes, true.
Through hey university. I did econs in Gimpa with my peers. Me call Gimpa na me work class na me classmates here 16 is normal. And they were struggling to get the economics. And no, as I'm time drew as all cast or yare, no they will feel because and no failure because they are like your fathers and your mothers, and so you are obliged to teach them. Ain't first term, hey, Obiana me demi who have me share and I say, Dini me father. And this says, paper ni drew me mesku. Metina me fear. It is one of your basic harm as a capitalist party. Say, you make people tools to grow, but we have not given them the basic tool. A bit to me a manner, to me a differentiator. Cause okay, I need savings. Light, water, food. Me sike buy say, me wo insurance say it ya. Mamenye me basic expenditure. Nemi hu baby a minjina. Ghanaians don't do that too. It is only when the economy comes and we realize that even mamia owo kunu beka just a single mother. It is only in Ghana economic issues bape mamia owo kunu beka just a single mother.
What we say yen so as a party no na as a brof no was ro kaka.
And
no le what we say ye kasa no NDC for no
professional area. What you say? Professional area. Say won't to me waha. Obi be fa car say Joy FM. Anyway, no be call or pe baby or call be suit. It is only in MPP na onya power pe. On check la cause biomo. It's even difficult to approach deeper now out to Abama.
What media house because
what is it? It's internal area. Why? Dear the boy no but can't on mine nothing. These people don't care. And one say OSHA systems are Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Nana administration shares even corruption hey, it's left with 2.6 days.
Yes, serious.
Poor, better. But you see, near a gold for oil. Near use physical cash. So there was enough gold to trade.
Yeah.
Mema oil, mommy oil, mema gold. Wagadre boss. The only manner containers to Mijira and the boss. But
containers
it is being alleged say containers no be a one just that the content and I am benefiting of how are you able to say fuel are short o can 10 a na 5:15 now PR aba say motumi secure fuel na enam so no so ba na ka dey na mo import car from America omo nya express na embedu
the speed
what you say eno ni baby a o kan ye problem no wo no yes ya certain basis ordinary Ghanaian ye the man na obo ni nsem opino opefe no mo ye we should learn as a party the levels of communication grounds communication it is only MPP and we are very active on WhatsApp groups but the people on WhatsApp groups or mutual growth no catch and say Uncle Mandela Park no go shanko for a bed it is only in MPP now betty boardroom ubeti way ubeti WhatsApp group but friend say uncle school waiting
no that's serious
and only a problem but NDC say why economy yeah we should give them the flowers me patron nam kroma ya to bouquet we share man give it to them they've done well take pictures
flowers
with them
no so balloon flowers
listen yeah see obanyansa for here then
yeah bu no be
yeah leave them let them be in their world 2026 Mama said when it comes theater obema flat rate and obema percentage be he spoke about big push about constructions ne sanoma wako launche nkokon ketinkete ne sanoma ask yourself how many sikaben ye dia shema ye aduma what you say 2 he is using T-bills to pay workers
can you imagine
so or sanoma why do you worry yourself
contractors need to omuka
no that is why any job going on now aduma
previous
nanado tuae ene no kran say ye hanti binumu one be ya mamre a you the job you lose it and also you bring a refund
oh send your finance minister akeka
refund no kofa ne
yes 2 when you look at your harvest system this year we are going to have serious problems with our food. The agri sector send you say planting for food near Juma. When we say tools in board here, send you the price.
So the feed well we are
Nina or big push.
Nina launch
How do you push a car that has no fuel to start? How do you push a car any fuel? Start.
And this yo.
What I say? So
and surprisingly are falling for it.
No. They'll come back.
That is my worry.
I pass a campaign.
They will come back.
So I don't know to judge. I don't think you see.
But 25 he's doing it. Also, you go for it. According to the
133.
A branch say it's chief 133. I say you may be a different pamiansa and no part of your number. The pamiansa. It's simple. I don't know to be chief daddy. Hey, I don't want Ankasa. Say now, Michiano, so no 133 or so. The Baba Sonum see you. Yeah, say 133
one say nkofona one say nyakopon ye left nkofona e pushi sa agenda ni nyina one say akoyeti say ni ebu nsa tot na duro bi eso Sami Gemfi say do Sam George obi a ne yehwe no dollar e kofom utuminya dollars e koto ka ya ti say car ni free Benin kofa paper bra ukofa 8th parliament documents never buy also betty data so usi say data na nyantis
also dey obi kwa court
na only pakọ no court na be there because only pakọ no busa questions dey be said o si baby a Ministry of Finance on trend da o approve star sikana because the budget your friend is saying car loan approve am and go through
exposing the home
what you say nini aba no ne twin brother ono ne sister ne to fie ma no omu ni tenancy agreement no so omu so de ne dia aba consulting room obi enya ne de o say waye ahihye na say visa
3 to 5 working days
And they are responding. Beshabro for Edu Hona. Or see, you've been a former minister before. Be truthful to your country.
These people are clueless. They are clueless.
What you say? Munya say
communication.
Yehu as our forward circle. We saw how all these people ended up. When you see them, clap for them. We should also know, say, Yesu Bamboni as a party, you treat your own media people well. Now the media is in bed. The media is in bed with them. And that one woman here, one say no praise your friends say mama, or say mama is a who, or say that is the way to go. Nkofo ase omu relationship ama the party.
Yes.
Na ye disikama musa mu fanko mo mu anomo atena so. Na me de radia se ebi ma warrior so start igu. Ewo Canada. Ye di omu se. Nyankopon ye okotie kroso ye miracle. Twa bedu na okotie kroso amani ya fechire. Enu ade other one. And omom di esika
and mama
they have started again. Almost started after they are trying to go to the media house to see they are working. And yeah, no, they can sikani at the mound. That is why I say the only thing that will save our party is to bring the recommendations for Obia or to Abano. How say me I go to Abama ba baby a no report about also can mommy. Na me NDC ni. Look at them say reading and writing is difficult. What you see? Intimidation say this is your ye na dia ye nya omo no monye
ana bo nan ka person dey be so so am person dey be ade ba ko na person be kan wasam ka fa hu ye expansion say debate ya kasa hu ka hu asem up and down expansion ni me dey me manka ye fa ye ntwe ente me kasa ne say last time I told say election and obetim dia to election we year 2008 2008 they decided say your bear expansion two things a partner and not two expansion be mark it is kasem swat a party who is kasem swat
and no nyama for no
nyama two ni na am happy election here lose to 2024 you be at say we lost out of apathy apathy so say ahokeka na ankoso
ya ma ahokeka na ankoso ntwa no ene say me nu na tifie o call ya o koto abama MP na presidential candidate no free eba na so fridge
echawade
na dia besi o na dia chini e koto aba no proper no dia o se me dia me koto free na koto fridge koto aba
koto into two things ni nyina no in terms of ebema yanka motivation commitment upper room anye djuma and ebema sikasem so akofom so expansion year 2009 no it didn't achieve the results
because you are hitting the maximum except you
expanding the more
na munya bia onipa ni ntumi ntie sika
me bacho me chain of thought no land ati na year expanding from about 1,005 to 100,000.
It's 200,000.
100,000 from about 1,500. Then to first to 2008 they go 1,000 and they call 100,000. They call 100,000 no. The result in 2024, which is the comparable election to 2018. For 2008, Parliament will now for 46.5%. 2024 now 31.8%. With the delegates of 100,000 delegates, with 1,500 delegates, you have 46.5. And parliamentary presidential with 1,500 delegates, you have 49.7. This time, you have 41.8. Into on both accounts, presidential and parliamentary expansion, I'm why. I hope I'm telling you. Into the person which say, Beko, who point is halfway, you was saying you're full length. And you see, the ankia wo data me idea kan ehame she say you know the delegates we have omuntu chato said you are aware any election bia ya citizen only a pair members will vote because we can't even tell who is a pair member
because
we can't tell who is a member and who is not, and we can't even tell who has paid up and who is not. They said they need
or they said me no tell me metua me
Oh, you just say
so ko sisi ana wo
short code no
mo short code no
media na ma
me just say ma bi ba minim say first na metia so na am information with you about time na ma
since the beginning of the year
it's say ya start expansion nya right outcome efo et say the wo ka kire me say ade no o di 100 eduro no fa 2 and say antiman say renti o 10 also because 2 na fine assessment no yes ka sem say monetization 1,005 2 monetization enye ni 2024 monetization nipa ne mo no na monetization so ye mo yenye edun say ye man nipa cost monetization e be ba form happen sir but man cost ba even more man cost na me di na aka say e na ntimi di expansion yenji ati die e ye ko and the more marginally committed people, the diluting of the decision. I hope so.
Oh yes.
To about what by back. Nipa and now join us now. The more you are. You did 1,005 or 100,000. No attempt was made to ideologically socialize. I'm from Joseph Beboff. I don't socialize on Momabano. And 100,000 back home. We should have been proper training, empowerment program, so they understand why we are here. Yeah, then I did numbers on the back home. Numbers never I hope so. I said the numbers now say into one yet. In this year, I had the expansion. Yes, I tremble. Ever more, and 1,005 would be waiting the Sikama 1,005. Since you got 300,000. 300,000. Because campaign time, parliamentary candidate. Do I campaign? Ye nyina nkoyi presidential candidate ni akoye campaign amano enipa mi ensa nkoyi no mo nkoji ska no wi ama betena dem akomo nsa esuo mo aguo mo bo
na ye best ni bibi o kana
ye ni aka no nkoye campaign ana ye nkoto aba scanning na mo for person be kaka no Debbie ana mo mchiro because your delegates are aware anyone no person is always a cocos anybody in our party man person who say ye sika sem na film enti ye nyina be kan obi am che sika enti yan kotwa ba ni pa first time
nobody will be thinking about cocos reward system. So, police station executive from 1990.
A police station a problem now. Because why a police station agent?
Obey agent.
Kaya maya deals here, Juma, near creative system. Now, yaba power, yaka say, oh, Edu, you any job in corporate organization. Udieni, o salary ebeni.
What you say?
One, what secure? Where is our delegate? Now, many boss ne wo. Me na me grounds work no.
Electoral area be ade
good. Me na me adwuma. Boss, edu ho me hu se wakoto aba. Oko no. Or the TV aba. Or the TV buy no. As delegates they realize revenue did not go well. Enti or mama election na crash, so there is a runoff. The runoff say konya deep freezer. Enti runoff no e no ko pay freezer. The deep day on the elections no. Me na me kwa akoto aba. Oyi me. Send an apathy wo ho. Enti the go TV sika ma me.
Me fa nko ye adwuma.
Me mo di.
Mudi a betai. Assembly members kwa police station.
And me answer to a question. Party no cry here reporter ye mfa ma. Ntimi a medisika na ye ogu.
Nabi.
I was penimfu a ni hu sa elections day yene ye no 5:30
PM
osi okudware aba
evening PM
ya be kan ba mpo ama ya be kan
tell the Japan
ya to awie
osi okudware aba obi wo 4:30 aso aba and it was a pain few determine who becomes their MP and it's an insult to them. Let the masses, and I say one of the things say you should be working.
Yeah.
When you start working, creating jobs and other things for people, the game be a game. You are managing employment, not managing campaign.
Yes.
Adie ba ko mi hu ya mi suru eye. Wa chiche noma aka 1 week e ko elections. Na fi ato nsansa.
Ha.
Ye beto anaye mto. And I saw it in your constituency. Ah, you call Legon, your name Kasa. Oh, you say who be your candidate? Yeah, I call no, you say I did that. Now you're mashi. You say who be your what be your name? Oh, ne color then. Oh, what we know now be this guy. That is what happens. We should, as a party, change our strategy of selecting MPs, our strategy of campaigning. All those things should change. Yansi sasa no mana baby
ejina. Me chawa no. Sisi aso ye nkole ya be. Omo free SHS nkole. Onim say they are the ones who enjoyed free maternal. Na it true say omo be year registration no campus asemi a okofa baye. Enkola no to me etu car ekosi ho. Oh fanatna fully air conditioned car with nako on queue no or say or one ECOWAS card or here the voters ID. And she's not I'm not interested in politics. I don't see why I should vote. I don't need it for anything. And that is most of them
their conversation,
most of them's perception about this whole so that brings me to the you say that means a voters ID card no before no more just so they can
have an ID card.
They can have an ID card to access the banks and all of those things.
So I went the Trump way. Struggle. No, me say me call a lot of the podcasts on YouTuber. Ye video now. I have 3 million views. I have 3 million. Minya many police for your call demonstration. It was my fan base on YouTube and social media who were pushing the. I tell you, the youth who were doing donations for my safety, it will tell you the dynamics of elections. 1992 are still
MPP totally different.
MPP are also the most intelligent in our governance in Ghana.
Tradition.
And then MPP at home youth to me and capture moment.
No.
NDC is beginning to look attractive to the youth. How?
No.
But I agree. Because but it's still is sick politics no more. Because it's
reward system.
Even on
reward system no.
Early days boys, quick. After that, zero.
Because MC unim BB or share
when you come back.
Reward Papa Ben away into no be yes edwuma no. Tia mekana menye edwuma no. No money, no doing, no work. What I say?
There is no region. My uncle. The love for the party is there.
It is there.
Say your problem here. The decay is at the head. Yam fixing the leadership challenges at the top. They are happy say we need. On say mami be pina nkola busy dia grobe mom bibia okwa prop and no na yekoso. Leadership is happy with where we are. so that they can do what. And as people of the party, I see a sister Yeshebre.
Say a general secretary issue communicate.
There are so many.
Expand on that.
There are so many times.
Yes, leadership is comfortable where they are.
Oh yeah.
Say, we were with say two candidates now where we were how we say currently
the power
but just at this point, first of all, nobody is a candidate now. Nobody is a candidate.
No.
As we speak.
No.
You can be an aspirant maybe, but candidate, nobody is a candidate.
Honorable, open picture no. I mean the picture is clear. There are two people who are dominating.
Nomenclature is important. Into as a candidate. Obianya candidate.
Yeah, we agree.
There are two leading
aspirants. Two aspirants. My friend say, but Endokrano is a self Brian Champo is also around. Brian Champo on your easy sao.
Dr. Educhum so.
Me who Ben Johnson.
Oh yes, it's about be so cry about.
But at the point
point
I'm making president party the building party no can be in
okay 2 minutes near the sorry so but yam hwe yam MPP mu kakra yam hwe kwabna boatin issue enne obi aka asem bi o say friend Dr. Ochrankra or governance analyst and a lecturer ewo Legon sign attach you huna Ghana for say on ya obabu kika nsem ye omo fan court no nkeka na Ghana ye security babontin a Ghana enhye ene nsem bi na okeka ya mama ya hwesa asem
mpacho wo de sa papa na mpese bitunifu enye man na oti aban bangalo
Onwa
minimum
koka
na obe ya se braben wa border
minimum
wo
adwuma o ye na kotena o
da ben no refresher course da ben no refresher course na all lecture man
me say na mama ha o
mama no sa papa no ka san paper no asset o the man ko be fi questions no asset no impudence so when you legon enti den wafo e kwa abontin e improve your muhu e kwa outside e ma lectures e ye program ni sa no ma no uti ha e ye hu local champion
say jambo ye bia boa no
enye na jambo nya post
enye he enye sidi ni so na e ko no e na kire say be stable o ne kwa ni say e ba form a e be ba yiri omo bia ni yamahwe da say ni onanze jambo 2028 and see okrom ha
nkeni be say bia nta
musical chairs na be de keke listen, let people experience power. Let people go to where they are accusing you are not doing well, and then when you call them back, that is where you can have a discourse. Or see that you trash here go to asaka yenya no ho yesu ne be frɛ no no nya abotre. The man speaking ne credentials ye saying say ne your friend is see intro aptitude test and I say intro sa exams no see your friend is enkra licentiate to upgrade himself. When was the last time he upgraded himself? Otioka say mu ko strike
Naka
yes, because I don't come say omo mukra bell cry ton force kran obi anto because the noise makers are those. Sometimes I ask say we call people professor opa yema on any fellow professors entenase na baby also we specialize no yenye debate wo ho and you see how he will be panting. A lot of our universities have become scarecrow homes
to make comments on this.
Abeye cages abeye kusibon and ankofo shishe will protect you, but when it comes to intellectual ability
And let the students learn from whatever you are doing.
Do a paper and do a why you are saying that security what to do that ya wo kroma ne say omo ntutuo nim ba bi etuo da no
security experts
omo na experts na arobes so
chi dia for no da so na de to omo say
minimum be say security expert arobes share no the car na mo safety first
expect no
wait
say no expect omo no buy
me dem person establishing kwabena adu boahi ni issue no a security issue and an lawyer said the omo na amhwe yi a omo bi omo kikansem said the papa no kan say man nka Ghana security babon Ghana that the
Opejuma
on say Dasebre earlier no I think the lawyer no concern no and some no din ka tro ba any the way na o label some no say by mouse and label the parts papa no kire ba bi sika no bia akọ enioma ye de ye we kọ ha say obi ho meti a bibia e possible na obi minim kwan ya nansan ya mofa so frɛ omo de ugbo ho ase afɛ lecture bi na okasakasa na we kra to da bi wa menti so say the baby sa na wa be chire mu say we be say you
kai say be frɛ ni amman e kɛse ni man ni kɛse
but you see Dasebre security ade a o man bia emfa ndi agro e bia o be underestimate nsɛm no a e ka ho but or no first hand information because a personal lawyer to this gentleman no say I didn't so be home team me home team consider so this is what I would do when him say one fan write up first one number can people create him say you cry any interest was no
say asem ne kwa say omo nkan bi mo
because any man na e benefit omo tell yampo a ma branch no kotena they should tell you because share papa we din na when even
aid nyanya
the denominational background na hwe baby o free ba no enya won say also ye ka so this ka supporting NDC campaign because an elder in the church where the president is also an elder in the same church so relationship no on the current president relationship na inti say ye hwe ye bobo ba no na ye hwe nsem wa ye keka ba no no ya no timi ku say but the papa yi kai eya asem wa sebe obi a ye ka security asem o kasa say bia no on dwunu nko akire bibiri on fa nche me but security ade bia ehia ye nyina enti say omo mu ni mra sua mra say the one musima nsem yi koyi ya we ye nsem bia be kokoso no ebema ye man no ye security system no because bia nsem bibi ba uhu IGP Grand Trust ni biem e bia nsem bibi ba uhu CD commander in chief of trust obi a trust ni biem enti se ye behwa amasansem mu yakoso because kakra ye ba ye e ma hu nkofo bi ahwe omudi because na say ya na bi mu watimi akodi sika nye kuma just an 8 so you can imagine when you maybe sika bi akowura ba bi ni benefit bi akofo bi enya eti mama yen hwe nsem ni ye na say a whole professor I'm sorry professor right eba be kase eja be to Ghana ni ukra eja we okrase eche no to say Ghana no be sekura say no bi nkeka de opeti Ghana no be jabe tom kure to you need to be arrested because enya asem we dey asomdwe ba o ka say nsem we court ni nyina no ni nyina na judges tie wi a ye de beto abonte a anka nim de ebetumi yes ensem koso pa o ensem wo ho pa but wo munim die mu ne mra kwan so no ye wonsem bi wo ho aye kora ho do asotwe no wo ho de nanso ye kora ho we are talking about security matters we difufu me ya wagina radio so and I ka de open intimate esa hansem no ayekoso ni nyina de mi yi makoma mu firi mu ane se asem no kra fa ye ho sa me ya meti ase MPP ni me kan ni o ma na o de ba ye no a me hunu se ya no mo na de o musika and o mu chase nipa ne out because o mu suro se o mu suro na se mi hu se na o mu suro se obeti o mu to no mu pe ba bi abona to ato but am pa so se de akodu no etotie no ebe nya aba so eno na attach aso yam sisi ne se wa hwe de asem ba but the papa ne kan the issues of security ya ondwene ho kakra bi ansa na wa pass the comment because your maya ye pese ya sumdue no koso tena hoda
asem no me bi hu ni se attorney general na akofa se mu and investigations ni Agyei de ye nye no press conference Ona starting. Unyan charging the panimpo. No, I can't want some ya ya catch some I mention you na yenye sa I'm start somebody in your man the air to jack. And I'm here to do baby. Sankasemi, I don't care normal proper investigation. Yen timpo say omo de kukura dem be catch me and dey be do me baby away. The ye kan sama epia ponte na say kan say papa no what you say baby ensem no kono e be hia so di nsem bi bebe tutudwa asansa o di tutudwa emwan e ho say papa no kan sa because at the general at church onu the oba be jina ponte one can be obeka say me na so na yen charge no pohwan nsem e be ka papa no say some ka bebre omo say so omo yen timi come back nko press conference and so at enti papa dem dem nyaya not like election ka say ma but yemma at tell me general anti say oni ni OSP na say more investigation munya ne dem me who be that me who be that
every politicize bibia of course politicize
I hope so to the make and to media attend ya akofa we nyina ba investigation that wo twa unya abutre uye bibia wie no wa charge nipa no ye dini ko court no e opasa kan crab ni kwa hu hia so wa beka asem no court le beka asem na ye nko court nko ka eni asate ye di asem ni di abro ye di press conference ni ye politics baba eni ye ne
ba ye tia ni ye fi bi say jomama na abambo ni nyina ye social media antics
na sana na for pen
online governance online governance online governance and I was a second and of course 78 million check who how me say who be
maybe
so bro
78 million
yeah na say and we budget no your friends say
culture fees
no more 15,000 each
say so I call a rambo who glasses no share I got money what do you got
okay I carry 20 minutes near ko obi ade 5 me de nka ho MPP asem
oh send ye wie ho no
ye ensem no be bibiri say we carry money sikasem asem da be ka fa MPP ho and ye ma bibiri na ekoso
top down
okay
top down na be kan wase and they say my car expansion we say me
yeah
I don't agree
man so me no na adwin
and na top down no so no top down no so no I don't agree top down what advantages there no disadvantages meeting in us but say ya say the here pa and yet top down partner the partner here so be ye dey say no prepare no say there be candidate in baba no be kina and yet top down and then we try to be top down my share on social media ya frɛ me explanation me man and tasum
job setters
top down
job setters
top
down
a party penny for fearing say about the to aba for na ye to no normal e bi e be to awo mo nti ye to nyi candidate na nsa e candidate no a
na interest base
David
na ka ye bisa candidate be say who na open
be no be adwuma
check you akola kiti ka be kan say with
ye be di no go feel gara
into top down no and be to three we want to three baby party no real issues I was here dealing with the issues unity reconciliation particularly issues with reward systems yeah you must be able to say jima me senya me to insurance yogu so na ye yi a me so de wo mnie e ma me o say timi hu not with a specificity but now rough idea say baby am gina no me say na beba say bia we constituency chairman say bia e be say we must have some idea o say sound common
o say idea no e say e congress we need to
congress here better than campaign
no
Congress
idea me expecting 24 parties here be say we should redefine positions with job description and responsibility.
Is that not there?
It is not there.
Are you sure?
Oh, some people have it.
We doesn't have that. It's all part of
the layman. Modern day, modern day women organizers should not be as it is in 1992.
Okay, say sharing food. Sharing food and water.
The gap between
woman organizer,
the gap between a woman and a girl is already widened.
Yeah.
And the gap is gone. That position where a woman organizer and youth organizer reports to the organizer has to be dissolved.
Hey,
no. Listen.
Now, where in the constitution they report to the organizer?
So, sir, it is assumed. I mean, it is not assumed. He is the head of the
wing.
So, yes. So the women organizer, youth organizer, Nasara coordinator, all reports to the organizer because everything we do is organization.
Basically, but where in our constitution says so? It's an interpretation.
If we don't define rules to reflect modern times and do a thorough research to appreciate who are party members, so that the definition of what you are doing, so an organizer should be somebody who is more of natural and social media person and not involved in the day-to-day show business, must handle the operations.
Yeah.
But say only pakono ni eko demonstration the only and o chap it. No, those things are what I'm saying. Look at how we elect
those
Nasra.
Are for the Gen Zs.
Look at how we elect Nasra. Oko grounds wana obiya to ye do national. You say reps now. No, we should. So it makes people loyal to certain people, and they don't feel they are working for the party.
But it's the same with National Youth Organization.
And Mama Maker say,
the same with women.
You're breaking now for delegates in there to a banner. When you are looking for a position,
yes, right. Yeah.
There is a change in that mentality. Yeah, I ain't redefining now. Oh. Do I organize so yeah event organizer? Say unim how to position and road mapping. Man.
But how will we enforce it? About what near to Nipa no moto abano. They can choose the Kenya. There can be somebody who is competent like
no,
this.
But define it. So once we defined your new job description and things, there is a requirement for a senior general secretary. Say general secretary, yes, only a lawyer. Untuminko.
General secretary.
Yes.
Oh, it's not true.
No, maybe. Yeah.
I feel already ban answer.
No,
let's see.
A mindset a lot of people don't even know. But ya masa law part no ebule nkrofo, so everybody say oh a lawyer obetinye dia some mentality
the first general secretary
no and I make us say your mentality. So we should define the thing well. Job description, we need this qualification. Somebody like me may feel say you do pempen so obi a wako parliament da chairman, general secretary, organizer, certain positions unko parliament da and say your qualification, you can't go there because then your human and man management skills because you don't constituency and election winning
you go face to face,
you acquire certain qualities.
That's true.
Now you're the running national elections, it gives you an open mind. But say if I don't go through way now you're going for 4-6. No one there to Obama.
Popularity
the thing about democracy, and they say the people have the right to choose whoever they want.
I agree.
Even when you get specification, you are only kind of asking themselves, no,
but because the vetting process will prove because now we say
these standards,
yes, you go to what workers idea will then we come to party structure and how you get a job. Send your juma no maybe what a basic requirement. Oye party bar who pese ye bar bemo unye juma. So uni sa no man. Once you equip your constitution with this
ID card,
no be
ID card,
unko school, uni first degree, uni certain things are now. So TSS there are certain positions to me crown ko pre e bema nkrofo afa upgrading education is no be so that the growth aspect will go. Only a communicator.
They okay there because they do campaign.
Uncle school. Big team. Growth. You see, but we also need to grow with our people.
Absolutely.
Not yanka say, oh wait, say, internet de be any panel or now acquire the okano upward wing ground. We should rethink and gradually grow. Send a bear the grassroots person who say, oh, what say because school meka home. After we say gradually there be
but they have their space too.
Yes.
But
definitely
we should widen the scope where everybody feels that they spread the table. I can go to the table.
This is what I'm coming to.
But people are now assuming say Juma. Yes, why Juma? But there is a qualification to run a country. You have done the person a disservice because one man who from the word Google say Agyei will say it. Into yes, I know constitution. After say who decided say who go school now be errands boy. You can't hold the party for ransom.
Okay.
Na and when na ye kan ye to me ye bibia na ye ba power. Now we sign echo fa appointees say be omun kan kukudu da.
yes.
Na as a constituency officer, I cannot comfortably go and knock on the door of the CEO of an institution within my.
Only parkour be say dem. Nye sure class e ko na.
Baby
I bedrui. Ah obi ade ne ho agim.
Yes, enyesa o, enyesa baby I bedrui. I was say one fa party ni anhye wa. Obeda na wate agro na say.
And I make say sa revolution started Kufuor time baby sir. Also they make sure say a party faithfuls that took over. Now new revolution in Abado. Say one for one Jim. And I make us over WhatsApp group. Now because over Cabrofo WhatsApp group.
What you say? They said unyanya just this year.
4 years over Nigeria.
Solve problem near sector committees. And I make without the sector committees. That's why I'm looking at any juma. Mamma be sector committees. No, Sanka, your position near what works and
house. Yeah, it has to.
Appointees or
contractors room. Former works and house, they be a chief directors, be retired civil servants, be room, a former minister, deputy minister's room. Students of architecture, you know, in their built up space. A lot of people now you're drinking all around the world. When people all over the world works in housing for finance for
education,
for, roads for. In the opposition, you started drinking. You're bad. Then you see road, base. Yeah, you know,
we're building
positioning ourselves.
No, a reshaping system. Because you won't say I deal with a farmer.
By the time we come, no. Now, on one, them, deep plan by no. Now, into the chairman, a bit must to a president. So you want to you works in housing committee for Dr. This, Mr. This way, or Munya. What I sent you, these are names with Mafa. Yeah, name is hard, dear. A chairman or Cotton, only president Cotton also move for appointment. Also, so name appointment.
One who said that is where the problem will begin.
So we must have
appointment, you know. I was say constituency should be involved in who is coming to work in my constituency, such that test and answer your party for a polling station for May. Or we are national service in Pono. At least my constituency me list in here. 50. To make it 100 now to me half mamia. Me to me
we are good to go.
Now make it 100 now to me boni paba copy na me to me and boni paba.
What's your purpose?
Now me share institutions my constituency for example. Look at the number of institutions in my constituency.
Yeah.
Should my MP struggle to get people to enter institutions for national service? Even national service in Pono, and was a quota be one institution be
I believe say a ownership, a sense of owning the constituency. So most start here Juma say and all come. Once you start yes, who start here Juma say minimum ho, but minimum crop 4 by 4 they want to go. What should them? now sorry and what work I who share with phone so a chance had what the man have to ama you see a grounds work for you to know the fertile lands
what I say now we are what is the kind of artwork ababe
any problem no
because I coffee MPP in some degree, but me I believe that local position at these things are very normal.
Yes.
Acha 1 year but you say there be am Bahama pure ye back obia organ bia nim say me dey me Dr. Baumia imprimprint me the me akosi kwate example because on na nim say imprimprint obia nim say ope a compare ko but at no instance NSS me cassette Kennedy and at no instance necessary me akosi kwate so cassette Dr. Mahmoud Baumia because them so pa me say no ma bia ye no ya hwe e benya playbacks na playbacks no ebesa ma ya tro position adibi asimre bi amo bi kika obi ho nsem a na ebo ya na de koye nti se ya hwe ya no so ba empo so obi ni opportunity a ngen come share course nti obi ni opportunity a
ye true book who say come share
ari ani akobo playbacks me pese party phone nyina ati ase say Dasebre say ye to aba ni nyina wie ni flag bearer ba ko a na ndom ye kwa mekobi ye ndi ye kwa mekobi ade nti bi se me da so ye MPP ni
yes
nti say ye twitwa ye ho no wie a na ye wie ni ye koka bo mo ho na ya na challenge no it looks like we are stupid ade na ade na wo didi ho atem dwa ho ni nyina afi de wo wie ya wakwa ko di echi eyesa ye debate ya ye ni ankasa nti social media no ho na amote no mo nkomo no ayesa ye mo amu page nti obi antumi nka ho hwe na mpa aha de bia betena ha na okebeka se wo kasa na ko yi correct
start a raising candidates
but
against certain sitting MPs
but Moma very careful because it is MPP first and amida bia mekoso aka in fa ho ne de owo ni sika wo ni sika ba mi MPP ni mo card also sika so MPP ni also wo card enti yen gina sa le no a na yen kire de ebetumi aye beboa ye party no am yetumi win power 2028 say we de NDC fo ye nkwase SMP na so yetumi nka e na ye twabo ye ne aye ho ho ye nya ne sa de wo no wo ho ka de obetumi aye ye me wo no ma me so mi ka de obetumi aye na fe ya nton ye party ni pi nya sa me say obo say 2028 omo bebo a kire ye na Ghana fo no say omo ton sem ankofo ka no be we as any side ko side to position Dasebre me dance
ya mo ni na so ase anabo bi ka mo sorry mo kan say yenya abutre na CCD mesre se yamfa presidential candidate Samutunchi yin CC
who says no na mo ye
ya de nti ameka san se yehunu bi pe de cost yehunu bi pe ebe wie no na ya sesa mrani nyina man nipa ba ko ewia ye kakra ye ne kakasa kra wonti because ya sesa ya mana ye mrama I hope so uti ye na training no ye training no emo candidate bia anti assess the party is supreme na party na the candidate ne ba enya candidate and the party eba see brother party and candidate ba power enya candidate party power
you run on the ticket of the party.
I'm not party running on the ticket of the candidate. Did that? I said, now because you're in the SAR at this stage, you're the presidential candidate Benoit. You be designing your party to suit one presidential candidate.
That is where we're headed.
Me as I'm a TA.
Congress in the Obia or
Congress in the campaign,
and I don't mind saying it because I'm criticizing some things in just me about sana at the rank time but you munti at rank time you move be me supported Nado in a support of Pola Fuku yeah said you was one another team support Pola Fuku Pola Fuku supported ye free mu ye juma na winning election by yenya so mfafa so bia esan say ye na wo ya afoko ye chairman onye so no na mbo na twi o ye chairman na we a candidate nti aka no competition among them sa de no ebi ya ba ye say candidates bi person mu train chairman na fama no ye kokuna sa anko yi sa eyi sa na na afia oni candidate oni chairman ado anwa so ye be wi an say mitimi ni yejuma we na mitimi na yejuma I hope some train
it's a radio station
top down yenyi fifrim na mom efa president ayin to party near stronger ni problem bi ni bia media party near stronger me officer me candidate yes but me say party na me candidate say me my party na emre na candidate agoni candidate dia for okobia party na emre the party won't be there to support him to win the election. I also tell him, I say, I won't support him. So, intimidate as my can top down, and you know who party, if I enjoy you.
The party, no, and hierarchy of needs. From a brave 2% president.
Say, I have opposition in the men who say, I clear. Adrian be free. Appointees no mo boy eti mo din ni na no. Sasa. Na ya pe. Na no ye nya pe. Every go of you. Eh na me ke ye nya pe da because omo no omo secure omo bibia. Yes. Ye na ya pe. And they are remote areas. They are remote areas.
17, 18, 20.
The American say, I hope, I don't know, Yako opposition da. Looks like we didn't learn our lesson. But I don't think say Yebema not so a third time. This time, I believe say Yebeshe share ye nyoma ye. Na reward system no. Polling station executives no. Obi wa dedicated for since 92. Now our co pension. Me will say we have people who are currently bedridden. Yeah, they. I mean, a day legacy near Dija Omuma. Na ye Omuma na kono krampo say.
Almost be
departing because me, ya wo MPP no ya wo me too. What I say? Na se si ano. Enkwalana abano. You don't decide for him or her. Ne mama call otumi bisan mama say na mama wo call na dey na omo ye ma wo ti a over catch me say me enjoy it. What I say? So let's start rewarding polling station for now almost serve for long no. And no necessarily ama ye nkola no ye pese bibia no ye pe ye je aketua. Enti oje na ketua sesia na ketua na ni heaven. Na waka say awesome. And then ufre akola say besoa we ma me pay 50 cedis. Be fa say ma me the credits. Your calls ma me say. And that is how it has become. Intini to me sure sad no na ye ya. I'm sure say and your ma be to turn akwemu.
All right. Eda ma si eba nyina se busuafo ha na be ma ye kwa ma ye di enanwumre dwumadi ni nyina asi. Me honorable Mordecai Kwashi. Afi kokari eja. Enu na na wa. Edi say na Makaila Makela Frema na ma ohun Frema ani hia ye me dini Dasebre edi dwam na metemu ma God na sarbeti afo ya fase da ema Akalai ane Adongo Sasante ni technical team ni nyina sembo aye ma yetumi edi dwumadi ebremu monso a mohwe ye mutie ye nsusu no yedamu nyina ase ewrade ya adoma dwada yetinkwemu a yebesai ene ma wahia ewo dwumadi esu bio yakramo